All right, I'm going to start again with this Brady Android reader that I've got here. This, I'm going to just start from scratch, hit done, hit this bottom button to start at your home page again, right? In fact, I will kind of, I'm going to back up just a little bit so you can see the buttons on the bottom. Now, I've discovered that if you try to actually use this device to read or update or create tags while it's in the dock, you're gonna run into some problems because as you jostle it, it can mess with the write process. So I'm going to take it out here a little bit in a little bit and show you the process of creating a tag, editing a tag, and reading tags out of the dock here. Okay, so let's start with, again, remembering what we had in the previous videos, which is showing you this icon being the Brady app for creating aerospace high memory RFID tags that conform to ATA Spec 2000, right? So I have simplified this interface for this customer to just have two buttons, and I think that's pretty common. Brady will show you an out-of-the-box configuration. It shows you like, 10, 12 different buttons for doing everything. And most people just want to do two things. They want to be able to read a tag and they want to be able to create a tag. Okay? So that's what I've done here. This customer is a Construct 2 type customer. They serialize their product within the part number, not the cage code. So UIC equals 2. They're going to create tags to the 2016 data standard, and they do dual record only. So they use the kind of low memory tag from Brady, a 2 kilobit tag. Okay. All right, so let's start with hitting the read button. And it says pull trigger to begin scan. And again, I think at this point, I'm going to pull this out of the dock so you can see that I've got a couple tags down here on the ground. I'm going to just put them there. And I'm going to hold my gun about like that, and I'm going to pull the trigger. And you're going to see two values there, right? Two values. See if I can get it to focus on that. There we go. See, you have a difference in the filter code. One's 25 and one's 17. But they all have 4 segments here indicating that both of these tags are Construct 2 tags. So I'm pretty sure anyway, that this one is the thicker tag. This is Brady's alloy tag. I took it because I punched a hole in it. This tag is the filter code 17, I believe. So I'm going to take this one out of the equation. It doesn't really matter. You can keep them both in the same area, but I'm going to hold this tag here. In fact, I'm just going to show how I can do that. I'm going to select just the 17 one, right? And then I'm going to hit and put it on top, and I'm going to hit next, right? And it should be reading the entire tag. I'll try to do that. And when it's done, you'll see, again, get it to focus on my finger here, a birth record with a whole bunch of stuff, right? And a life cycle record, which has fewer things. But if you look, birth record does not have the ability to edit because it's locked permanently after you create the tag. Whereas lifecycle record stays open and is editable. So let's change the, let's say we've done our testing, maintenance, whatever it is, and we're going to change the condition code back to serviceable. So let's hit edit, and we're going to change the value down here from unknown, sorry about that. Let's see if I can get to serviceable, right? And now I'm going to hit the next button while I put this on top again. So I hit next, and it'll write to the tag, and when it's done, it should say success. And then I'll hit OK, and it'll read again. Let me make sure it reads. And I just want you to see, put my finger there to focus again. Again, birth record, life cycle record, and we now have serviceable as the condition code. All right, so that's how you can read a tag and edit the life cycle record for a dual record tag. Process is very similar for doing a multi-record tag, but again, as of 2023, that's kind of phased out. Brady isn't even going to make the high memory tags after October, so we're looking at we're looking at probably dual record and single record tags only going forward. Okay, so now let's go to the next step. We're going to take an alloy tag. Remember, these are the thicker ones you can put on metal. See the grounding plane on the back? These put on metal so they can be read. And the air tags are the thin ones. And you cannot put these on metal because they'll just ground out right away. So this is for plastic, wood, ABS, whatever it is that isn't metallic. So let's hit create to record tag. And I want to show you a couple other tricks here, right? If I click on this one, I get 3 data forms. Here at the heading, you can see ID, and these are the items that go into EPC. So there's your filter code for the item type, or the material type. And if you tap here, you can pick seat belts, whatever it is, right? And you can manually enter all this stuff if you want, but it's really, in my opinion, a bad idea because you're going to make mistakes. And especially when you try to start typing things in with this virtual keypad, it's just not going to work. So you've got 3 forms for data entry, and I don't know, maybe 12, 15 individual items. So instead of actually typing that stuff in, you can take advantage of a barcode to actually uh, send all of that information to the reader's barcode scanner to fill out this form. So I'm going to show you, we have a little widget that we provide for free to customers. And in this widget, you can go down and you can define whatever it is that you're creating here. Let's say you're doing some kind of cabin interior product. It's construct 2, there's my cage code. Let's just make the serial number, I don't know, we'll do a different dash number there, make that a dash 4 as well, and the part number. And you can change the production date to something in the future, something in the past, whatever you want it to be. And as you change things here, you're going to see that barcode dynamically change. Okay? Let's say I don't even have a weight, because if it's not over 70 pounds or I think 35 kilograms, you don't even need to put a weight in there. Now let's change the country code to, I don't know, let's put it back to US. All right, every time you change something in the form, this barcode changes, and that barcode contains this information. And if you remember, way back in like the first video, there was a little settings cog, and you were asked to define whether the barcode parser should be ATA or DoD. And that's where this comes into importance. That ATA allows you to use a very simple slash delimiter with this tool to populate your data records. So I'm going to go ahead now and start this process of, sorry, I got to go back to my reader. I'm going to scan this barcode, this same singular barcode for each and every one of the 3 data entry forms that are in the program here, right? So the things that are in the barcode that are not in the data form that we're scanning into will simply be ignored. This one has filter code, cage code, part number, serial number. It doesn't have anything about weight or ESD sensitivity, and so this one's going to just be ignored. Now, bear with me here. I'm actually trying to do this with a webcam in one hand and this in another, so bear with me. But I'm going to try to show how I'm going to scan this barcode with this reader and its barcode scanner. Now, again, these guys, they currently don't have the ability to beep. So I'm going to hold this out, and I'm not going to hold it straight on because that'll give me too much glare, right? So I'm going to go at about, 30 degrees off maybe. And as I pull the trigger, it's going to give me a little green bar, and I'm going to wand it up until that, and I might have to come back a little ways. I'm basically going to try to get that barcode to scan. Let's see if I can do that. Again, doing it one-handed is not helping. There we go. I think I was too close. So there's my first one, and I fill in all that information without having any errors. Now that little hazard thing at the bottom center is just indicating that I haven't scanned a part number yet. So that's fine. So now I'm going to go ahead and I will tap on the birth record, right? And now I'll repeat the process here. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to repeat the process by scanning that barcode once again, and I'm having difficulty with my coordination. Sorry about that. All right, so now here's my second data entry. And I've got things now like, should have my country code. Oh, I don't have country code. So I didn't yet scan it. Now it is frustrating at this side. The items that are here, they're actually from the first tab. They're just repeated in this file. So I'm going to try once again to get this to go. Got kind of a sunny window here that's causing havoc with me here. If you've got a really nice bright monitor, you won't have an issue. So let's see if I got that one. I think I got it this time. Yeah. So now my ESD is taken. So now I'll hit a life cycle record is the next one here. And I'm gonna focus on the screen, see if I can get better at doing this without struggling. There's my last one. Okay, so, oops, still didn't get it. Darn it. Really would be nice if it had a beeper. There we go. Okay, so now I've got that, and you'll notice I don't have any red hazard note at the bottom anymore. So it's ready to go. Got all my data, and I've got a blank tag. Now, how do we know it's blank? Well, it'll come to be obvious in a second. So you see the next button, we're gonna go ahead and tap next, and it's gonna come back and ask to pull the trigger, and I'm gonna try to do this. I know this is a little bit weird to do this upside down, but I want you to see that it's live, okay? So I'm gonna pull the trigger, and you're gonna see that this is a number. It starts with like 004 in this case. I think the newer ones are 006. That is an uncoded Brady tag. So I can now select that, and I'm going to hit right, and I'm going to keep that tag right underneath the head, right? Now I have pulled the power down quite a bit so I can try to isolate tags, make sure I'm writing to the proper one. And when it's done, it should say success. You know what, I'm going to have to read it again here, so I'm just going to, again, bear with me. It's upside down, I know, but hit read. I'll pull the trigger, and now we're going to see some other tags here again, right? But the one I'm looking for has 22 as my filter code. It's the first one. So now I'll go ahead and select that again. Oops, hit next. Now it should read the whole tag. There you go. Now I can put it right side up so you can see what's going on. So there's my birth record with all the stuff that's in it. And here's my life cycle record with all the stuff that's in that. And I wish I could get this to focus without being, there we go. Oops. All right, there's our tag created with scanning a barcode, which is far more accurate than doing it by tapping in on a little virtual keypad. I hope you agree with that. Again, customers will get access to that website, and you can continue to use it for production if you wish. But the concept is really just creating a barcode that you could print, but you don't have to. You can use whatever program you want. If you have your own software to do that, that's fine. If you're using something like Bartender, ID integration can help you with a template that you can use to just scan dynamically off the screen. You don't have to use my little web widget, but it is easy to use. It's free to use, so by all means, take advantage of it if you wish. And that concludes the Brady app for ATA RFID tag production. I hope you have learned something new about it, and if you are creating tags with a handheld, I hope these videos have been helpful.